Hello everyone, how's it going? So in this tutorial, we'll be teaching you how to migrate a site from Webflow to Astro using our GitHub repo, plus using any LLM. In this case, we'll be using Claude. We have been using it for months now, and the results have been amazing. So let me just show you everything that we need. First of all, we need the Webflow export. So you need to go into your Webflow site. This is a client side, for example, that we are migrating out of Webflow. You just need to go here into the top left corner and click on the icon and then export the code. It will generate the zip file and then you will just download it. Pretty straightforward. Apart from that, we just need the URL. This can be the staging or the production URL. That's completely fine. And finally, if we will be migrating part of the CMS, we just need to connect the Webflow MCP, or even we could export the data from as CSVs here. The process will try to connect you with the MCP. So make sure that you connect the MCP of the project previous to getting the session started. So for example, if I'm working for Claude Desktop, as you're aware, the limitation with Claude Desktop, you can only connect one MCP per account, not based on a project. So that's why it's always an option to work directly from an IDE like Visual Studio Code, where you can also do it from here, but you need to request it to connect an MCP with the project itself, not with Claude Desktop. So that's something that you just need to keep in mind. But yes, so let me just show you a few examples that we have already migrated. For example, let's go for that Visera. Just find it. It's one of our best sellers here in Templates. And the reason why we started this migration is the fact that we're also selling our templates outside of Webflow. So we definitely wanted to migrate, more than 80 projects out of it to Astro. So let's just take a look to the preview browser. Yeah, so this is, as you can see, the website itself. Let me just show you the migration. So we have the project in our Skool community. By the way, if you want to have access to all of our templates, and we are actually migrating all of our templates to Astro. So right now we just have a few of them, but we'll be migrating everything. So if you want to have access to this, make sure that you check out also the link in the description where we have our Skool community. Now, yeah, look into this template here in Astro. So this is the Astro template after the migration here, but this is the result. The first is just one result, and then you just fix a few tweaks here and there in the homepage, and then clean. But yeah, let's get started. So the first thing that you need to do is, once you have access to this repo, just download the zip file. You can open it also with GitHub Desktop. You just need to uncompress this, and then once again, you can use Claude or you can use Codex. Let's make sure that you open the folder of project folder, and yes, we just pass the context of the two extra things that we need, which is the URL of the website and also the export of the website. So I have already done that. I wanted to show you the result. So let me just show you the process here in this new Claude session that I started yesterday. I didn't want to run this session in the tutorial as this might take some time. As you know, we're migrating the whole website. A lot of token usage here in this process, but the goal is to get the result that we're expecting. So first of all, I created a new GitHub repo with the name of the client. I gave it the Webflow URL, and I also gave it the path of the file, where the Webflow export is. You can just add files or photos, and then you just select the file from, that you have in downloads of this Webflow export, and that's it. Let's make sure that you also share a URL, and that's pretty much it. Then you might guess a few questions like, the GitHub repo, if it's private or public, which pages do you want to pull, because our client is using a template. They have many options in the homepage, on the about page. So it asks us, okay, which options do we want to choose? If homepage A or B. So we completed the migration here. It also asks us where do we want to host the site. This is something that you can skip as well, because you can choose that it finishes its work. And then it just asks us to remove certain things that were not required, and it will ask us to connect the CMS. We haven't connected the CMS for the time being, as we wanted to move slightly quicker here. So let me just show you the results here. Let's just close all of this. Let's just ask Claude for the local host. I'm going to stop the process, which is completely fine. I just want to run the local host so you can hear the results so far. Okay, so we just generated the local host here. Let me just take it outside of Claude. Let's go to our Chrome website. Like, this is the current website. We have some really cool animations. And this first iteration, by the way, I haven't connected the CMS yet, but this is the result from the first iteration, only one single iteration. Isn't this cool, right? The CMS, that's why this is empty. And this is the currently booking setup that they have. For example, we don't have any items found here. But imagine this for iteration, migrating your whole website site. This takes a few minutes, but these are the results that you guys can get after we have finished this iteration, maybe this process of the homepage and transferring the CMS. I would love to obviously make sure that all of the animations are exactly like we have it in Webflow. So there might be a few tweaks in there that you need to do. But you have seen it, we have migrated all of these websites here in our community. So you can check all of these examples. These are available, and let me just log out so you have them publicly available for you so you can check them out. If you go to this URL that I'll be leaving in the description, explore, and you just go to templates, you will be able to see all of the Astro templates that we have migrated from Webflow. So for example, let's go to Firmo and let's open it with Astro. We also have it in Webflow Framer, but take a look at this. These are the results that we have been getting on migrating all of these sites from Webflow to Astro. It opens up a world of possibilities for you on pricing options, for the hosting that you will be choosing, and that how fast you will be able to iterate. So nothing. I hope you guys enjoyed the tutorial. This is a short tutorial. The process is pretty standardized, so you just literally need to follow the steps that you will see in the repository. And yeah, you just need a couple of things and you should be more than ready in order to get started with this. Thank you very much for your time, and I hope you guys see the value in this tutorial. Thank you very much.